Welcome, everyone, to Friday Night Young at Heart, featuring nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, stories of the great operas, epics, and such, to keep us all with a jolt of being young at heart. We're going to continue with 2 more pages of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Okay. You'll be astounded at these 2 pages. They give the most exacting description of this Green Knight. So exacting that you really are going to be able to picture him fully and to think this was written in around 1400. So sophisticated and so detailed an image that this writer has conveyed. Now, of course, this is the English translation by the poet Simon Armitage, who's also extremely talented, I hope you'll agree, from already. And if you didn't know that the Green Knight has appeared, you've got to go back to my playlist on blah blah on Young at Heart. I was going to say Luke Live. I'm so into Luke's Gospel. Not at Luke Live. Go to YouTube, Young at Heart, on the Young at Heart playlist. But you'll have to look up my name first, James DeLuzio, so you can hear his appearance. But now this is his description. Are you ready? It's astounding. And his gear and garments were green as well, a tight-fitting tunic tailored to his torso, and a cloak to cover him, the cloth fully lined with smoothly shorn fur clearly showing, and faced with all white ermine, as was the hood, worn, shawled on his shoulders, shucked from his head. On his lower limbs, his leggings, you don't fall, his leggings were also green. Oh, poor Pooh. Here you go. His leggings were also green, wrapped closely round his calves, and his sparkling spurs were green gold strapped with stripy silk, and were set on his stockings, for this stranger was shoeless. In all vestments he revealed himself veritably verdant, from his belt hooks and buckle to the baubles and gems arrayed so richly around his costume and adorning the saddle, stitched onto silk. All the details of his dress are difficult to describe, embroidered as it was with butterflies and birds, green beads emblazoned on a background of gold. All the horse's tack, harness strap, hind strap, the eye of the bit, each alloy and enamel, and the stirrups he stood in were similarly tinted, and the same with the cantle and the skirts of the saddle, all glimmering and glinting with the greenest jewels. And the horse, every hair was green, from hoof to mane, a steed of pure green stock, each snort and shudder strained the hand-stitched bridle. But his rider had him reined. The fellow in green was in fine fettle. The hair of his head was as green as his horse. Fine flowing locks which fanned across his back, plus a bushy green beard growing down to his breast, and his face hair, along with the hair of his head, was lopped in a line at elbow length, so half his arms were gowned in green growth, crimped at the collar like a king's cape. The mane of his mount was groomed to match, combed and knotted into curlicues that tinseled with gold, tied and twisted, green over gold, green over gold. The fetlocks were finished in the same fashion, with bright green ribbons braided with beads, as was the tail to its tippity-tip, and a long tied thong lacing it tight was strung with gold bells, which resounded and shone. No waking man had witnessed such a warrior, or weird war horse, otherworldly yet flesh and bone. A look of lightning flashed from somewhere in his soul. The force of that man's fist would be a thunderbolt. Terrific, huh? Terrific explanation. I'm getting more listeners, as you can see. Maybe you invited a friend to listen to Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you for coming. And wave goodbye. Can you? Yes. Have a good night, everyone. I have to turn it off.